Ready, guys?
Ready.
Well, Silvio, welcome to my office.
Thank you very much for
This is
inviting me.
absolutely. You know, I wanted to do this talk with you
Right.
simply because I see you in the gym all the time,
That's right.
every day, basically. When I'm training over there, Coach Jim, you're there with the client, training them and all this. But our kind of friendship goes back to the 2006 when you competed in the first Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio, and you placed in the top 6, right? Yeah, exactly. And then you came back again, and you came back. You kept saying, "I'll be back, I'll be back," right? And then you kept coming back.
That was in February. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about just briefly is your training. I mean, you came from Africa, right?
Right.
And you went from where?
From Nigeria, origin from Nigeria.
From Nigeria.
Grown up, and then I went from there to Spain.
Yes.
Where the reason I went was that my dad, even though he wasn't a politician, was also kind of killed in the process of the election issues and then the conflict between political parties.
So your dad was killed.
Right. So.
And why is that? Because of some voting issues or
Yeah,
something?
it was rival because their political campaign is not as peaceful as it is in the specialized war like in America.
Right.
In a way it's peaceful. There is opponent has to kill the other opponent, burn the houses, burn their families and all this stuff in order not to have any competition with the rest.
Right, right.
This opera.
So they killed the opponents
Right.
and everything.
So,
Okay.
and that went on. I was just a kid then. I was 13 years old.
13.
Yes. So.
And how did you get to Spain?
I went to Spain during the time I was doing sport. I traveled with the Nigerian team to Russia. I was doing Olympic weightlifting. I was an Olympic weightlifter and Olympic gold medalist.
At what age?
At the age of 15, then my trainer told them I was 15 years old in order to allow me to compete.
But you were how old?
13.
13.
13.
You were competing in weightlifting.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that you were an Olympic lifter.
Yes, I was an Olympic weightlifter. That was how I met with Rafael Santonga
Right.
in Spain. He knew me, so he told me anytime I can come over. So during the hard time, I didn't really know where to go. So I decided while I was in Germany, I was in Ludwigshafen, and I was ready to be put into the refugee camp. But I told him no.
At the refugee camp.
Right. So I told him no. I have to move to Spain. So that was how I decided to check my way from Spain from Germany to France.
But first, wait a minute. So you went to Spain, then you went a weightlifting team, and then you went to France or to Germany.
No, I went to Germany, from Germany to France, then France I got to Spain where I actually settled down.
Oh, so you traveled all over the world until you got to America. Was America always your kind of like your goal?
America was a dream place where I really wanted to be here because when I look at my inspiration towards sport, and most especially bodybuilding, came from watching magazines and then watching people like you, Serge Dobridge, Leo Freddy, So all those things, people, you and the rest, inspired me a lot to come in here. So when I came in, I started visiting US when I had.
But when you say come to the US, did you come directly to Los Angeles or did you come to New York or where did you go?
I came in visiting at first. That's 2003. Started coming in. Then 2006, I actually decided to come in and compete in New York Pro. That was a night of champions. Mm-hmm. So I didn't place well. Then Flex Wheeler then told me, he said, "Look, you're good," because I did not really know how good I was. He said, "You're good, but you gotta stay back here in order to get what you want."
Right.
So Joe Wheeler also was very, very impressed with my physique. Then he called me aside and then he spoke with me that he would like me to stay. After asking me, Joe would say, "Pose, let me see." So I posed. And he told me, "I like this guy." He turned around to Peter McGill.
Yeah, wait a minute. Joe Wheeler told you where? Where did he say that you should pose over 7?
Yeah,
was it at a competition or was it at his hotel?
Competition, it was he arranged with Milos to take me to the office. So we went to his office. Then he was just having a hip surgery. he came to the office, so he asked me to pose, and I posed in the office.
And he was impressed.
He was very impressed. So he told Peter McGovern, said he reminded me of Sergio Oliver 20 years ago. So I need him in my team. So that was how I got the Vida contract.
So now you competed in the Arnold Classic.
Yes.
And then how much training did you do for that?
I did a lot of training, which really consists of real high, intense training, passing through trainers like Milo, Sanchez, and then.
And how many hours?
Then it was like 3 hours straight.
3 hours straight?
Yeah.
Did you train once a day or twice a day?
I train twice a day, like an hour, 30 minutes in the morning, then I come back in the evening, do an hour, 30 minutes also. Then it was an intense, because I really wanted to be one of the best.
Right, which you were. Which you were. I mean, you were always like in the top 3 or the top 5. You placed second. You came one. Then you won some of the professional competitions and all that stuff.
Yeah, I did that. I won like major competition, like the very first 210 category that they did before. I was the one that won the first 210, and then the following day I won the Open.
Right.
So they had to stop crossing over from the junior to senior.
So you won the Open competition, where amateurs and professionals all competed.
All together in 2 days.
Let me ask you something. I don't want to interrupt you, but did you come over here and pump up first before you came here?
Actually,
because
no.
You look all pumped up.
You know, you see me every day. I'm dedicating training people now. So
but let's see the guns. Let's see the bicep. Look at this. I mean, look at this bicep. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Show it to this camera over there. Look at this. That's fantastic. Huge guns. So I'm not even training yet. I do my personal training. I wonder if we need gun control. Around 7 o'clock in the evening. That's when I do my training. I get home. After training my clients till 2 o'clock, then I go home and get some rest, eat, sleep, rest. Then I come back 7 o'clock and do my personal training too. How did you decide, and when did you decide that you're not only going to train for professional bodybuilding competitions, try to be the best, but also to go and to use your knowledge and your energy in helping people? When did that happen? That you wanted to be a trainer also and train people and really inspire them to also become champions or to get in great shape and so on? Thank you very much, Governor. That is a very important question, and I will really say this. Even when I started doing this sport, competing or even doing real high level competition, in my energy and even the enthusiasm of competition and doing these things came from having a passion for the sport. The passion then developed into loving the sport. Did you always have that passion? Definitely I do, because my dad told me to always put your passion in what you do. There is no time of say try again. If you cannot do it, then don't waste your time. Absolutely. So I came up with that idea into me. So when I look at, at times we don't need to walk with the chips in our shoulder and then feel the ego of, you are this, you are that. I've won it, I've been there in the top, I've competed in the top level. So I kind of see, I didn't have it so easy when I was coming up. So, and I knew there are a lot of people who are still struggling till now to even make it to the top. Yeah. And also there are a lot of misunderstanding of information, mislead in a way to really make people get what they want. So that's the reason I sat down and I said, I really have to do this thing. But if I have to start teaching people, you gotta be in a different way. So I formed the team name that is called Team Silvio Basic Training Technique. So Team Silvio Basic Training Technique. So basic training technique is not just lift this, do that. It's to educate you on what to do, and educate you on what particular body part and we are working, which insists you training up to the level of shocking your fibers. Not the muscle, because like we know. The shocking principle. Getting them back. You shock the muscle with really unusual kind of exercises, unusual kind of reps. Then I make them understand that the muscle does not grow without the training getting to the fibers. It's the fibers that grow from the inside to push the muscle and you have a condition. Otherwise you can just have a bloated muscle out. Right, exactly. So all those things keep me in mind to say, okay, I need to put it to people now. So I'm so happy and so thankful to God that
there's a big, and I wouldn't even say big, huge response based on the people that I'm really training
Right.
with now, and people that are having results.
But I still like to connect the dots here. Why did you decide to help people and to become a trainer? Was it because you always felt like everyone should have the same opportunities in getting fit and healthy and strong and all that stuff? What was it that made you want to be a trainer?
You know, it's like example that the people like you have kept, because I know you and the rest of the group of the old time really get into what is called training.
Right.
And that was, I learned from there.
Right.
So now everybody now is not really passionate to train the basic anymore. So most especially with the steroid and all these things that is that people believe I can just wake up, put what I put in and then go in.
Right.
So that was the reason I said, okay, there should be people, the sport needs real classic bodybuilders. The sport needs real classic physics people. We don't need this bloated stomach anymore. We really need to scope things.
So you wanted to go for more the lean body, the shape,
exactly.
rather than the bloated stomachs that they get from
So
all this.
even if you have a mass muscle, you should have that belly muscle that is
Right.
structured.
Right.
Small waist.
So that's what motivated you.
That
Wanted to
what
create a
motivated.
different type of a physique,
Exactly.
the ideal, the classic
Ideal
physique.
classic physique
Exactly.
that comes in, and then with round belly muscle, the density of the muscle that is coming, the quality of the muscle.
Right.
So then that comes in knowledge also. To my understanding and the knowledge about nutrition, which I'm the only pro bodybuilder that actually does nutrition. I do it all myself, all my
Right.
condition. Win who win. Jay
Right.
Cutler win. Phil win. Anybody that win, even Kai Green, I'm the best.
No,
one.
I know you're very smart with nutrition and
So
that combination of
right,
training and
of how to
nutrition
make
diet.
the changes.
Yeah.
So I do that, and then I want to really help that, administer that into them, and then educate them. So that is the reason to give the sport, give back to the sport, give
Right.
back to bodybuilding what had really inspired me to do and all that. So that's what motivated me
Right.
to start it.
Now, one of the things, and I told you that in the gym, that I'm so impressed about is because you show, every time I see you in the gym, you show great joy. I see you smiling, but I know,
Right.
I also know that when I see you, let's say at 9 in the morning, that you've already trained 4 people.
4 or 5 people.
4 or 5 people
Right.
at that time. So did you start very early on at 5 in the morning sometimes with the training at the gym? And now how do you get that smile on your face and show that much enthusiasm the whole time? Is really what's interesting, because I always see having a great time when you're with your clients, you pump them up, you're always positive. And I said, I really admire this guy. You know, because there's so many times we hear people talking about how they became successful, like Elon Musk and those guys. But you know, I don't think that they are that reachable when it comes to setting goals. But you are one of those guys that came from Africa, that has won a lot of bodybuilding competitions, placed in the top 6, in the top 3, and all that stuff. Then you're a trainer and you're working your butt off every day. How many clients do you have a day sometimes?
I have a day is complete, full, 18 clients a day.
18 clients a
18
day.
clients, yeah.
So you're working.
I have 12 clients in the morning, working from 6, sometimes 5 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So the other day you said to me you work 16 hours a day.
Right.
So this is like unbelievable, and you charge how much for an hour?
It's $100.
$100 an hour.
So I have
I mean,
plan.
you put the math together here.
Right.
So you make $1,500 a day. This is like fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I feel why shouldn't I be happy? You see why I'm smiling, I'm coming because
absolutely.
I'm not just taking somebody's money. I'm making them to understand you actually pay for the service, and this service you get, we gotta get the result. So I'm working for the result for you you come in, a lot of ladies come in, they want a Brazilian butt lift. You can't go and get it in Brazil, you'll get it with Team Silvio Samuel.
Right.
Then you must be ready to work.
Right.
Understand me? So that is what gives me the happiness every day when I wake up. I'm working hard, and people are appreciating it, and then they are working hard with me too. So we have results in both ways.
Where did you get the work ethic? That it's work that makes you successful? Because the reason I'm asking is because one of my rules, the 6 rules of success, for success, is work your ass off. It's very simple.
That's
because
exactly.
there's no shortcut, right? You work, and I see you working like your ass off, but you have a great time doing it, and then I see you coming up to the gym with those cars. It's not the same car all the time. You want to talk a little bit about that? I mean, like, how many cars do you have?
Well,
What's going on here?
Success always comes in when you work hard for it.
Right.
I work hard for it because there was a time I had nothing.
Yeah.
So, like you said, hard work really pays off. I'm working so hard this time around because when I was competing, I knew that nobody's going to give me anything.
Right.
And if I don't work hard, some other person is working hard.
Yeah.
So
someone will work harder. That's right.
If some other person is working and I'm working too, I gotta work double of what that person do because I want to be on top and that keep me there. So the view I'm looking at what I was doing when I was competing is the same way that I'm doing when I'm giving back to the people. So I gotta work hard to make sure that we are all successful. They are happy, I'm happy. And then the management, like in Gold, they are happy with what I'm doing. I'm giving them 22 clients every month. That is giving them the money.
Silvio, the question was, how many cars do you have? You see you're pulling up with a different car all the time. That was the question, Silvio.
Governor, yeah.
Answer the question. Do it now.
Right now. Okay, I've been blessed with, I don't want to go because luxury, I love luxury, but I just want, I have 2 cars only, and just something to take me around, the BMW, which is the convertible, and then the Jaguar F-Style.
So now you're driving, so did you ever think about it, did you ever think about when you were back in Africa that one day you will be driving Jaguars and BMWs and you will be living in Los Angeles and you will be training in the most famous gym in the world, in Gold's Gym, and all that kind of stuff? It's crazy, isn't it?
It's a dream comes true. That's the thing. That is why I always give glory and thanks to God, because whatever I'm having now, even though I'm working hard, if God did not give me the serenity to accept what comes into me and then give me the strength to withstand and then learn from every mistake, that is not to bring you down, but also to enable you, to give you the knowledge, to aspire you to doing things more. So with that, I'm enjoying what I'm having now, and I believe that I'm not going to go over because humbleness has been my key.
Yeah, but you have to admit, you got to also thank America, right? Isn't it true? Maybe we can thank God, but we have to thank America, because us foreigners, we come over here and then we get to be successful. Where else? Where else? Nowhere else.
There's nowhere. That's why I say I give real thanks and appreciate what America is doing, and appreciate when things is being done right. Because one, in this country, we foreigners come in here. Not everybody are criminals. There are good people here.
No, of course. We all know that most of the people are coming here are great
people.
Doing
whatever it's doing,
to
to block away the good things. I really appreciate what America is doing, because they still open their doors for people like me, people like other people that are coming in here. And that is why I'm saying one of the things that is helping me is not only I have a full team, Americans, Russian, everywhere in the world, to come in here, because that is how America opened the door for me, somebody like me, and I opened my own team for everybody. I speak 6 languages. I can communicate with anybody I want to communicate.
Right. Yeah. But you know what's great also is about you is that you're not coming here as a foreigner and take advantage of America. See, what I mean by that is where you just come here to get something out of America rather than to give something back. It's very important that we create a balance, because we have given such a great opportunity in America, so we have to give something back, more so than the Americans. We owe it to the Americans to give something back, because they received us with open arms. That's as simple as that. And you are one of those guys, you give back every day by working your butt off. You're not waiting for a handout. So this is what I admire about you. You never wait for a handout. You never say, what can they do for me? You always just think about, what can you do for people? How can you help people? And you have the best looking I have to say, you're the best looking clients, some of them. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, and what's great is that you train young people.
They all love you.
Thank you. But you train young people, you train old people, you train medium-aged people, and you play vintage people like me. You train everybody there, which is really fantastic. Now, I love that. So that's why I wanted to do this interview with you. It's just simply because I wanted people to hear that through hard work, a foreigner can come over here, because people always ask me, is it still the land of opportunity? Do you think you could do the same thing again, Arnold, and all those things? And I always tell them, I said, it's still the land of opportunity. No matter where I go in the world, people want to come to California, people want to come to America. And you did it, and you've shown again now that you can be successful right now, no matter what goes on in the country. But you are there in the gym every day, for 16 hours a day, sometimes more than that, and you're training 16 patients, or I should say clients, and you train sometimes 10 clients, sometimes 20 clients. I mean, it is staggering. It's just so you have my admiration. I look up to you because of your work ethic, and because you're so hardworking, and you're so driven, and you're so positive. I love that. So thank you very much for this discussion. What is your, just the last question, what is your goal?
My goal.
The overall goal. Where do you want to go? Let's say 10 years from now, 20 years from now, what's your goal?
10 years from now, I want to have an academy whereby I will help people to actually educate people and have.
You mean have your own gym?
Yes.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Right. And then it will be a very powerful thing that I will be doing for the people. Like I said now, I have Miss Olympia, one of the ladies that I've trained, she's Miss Olympia now. So I want to see a lot of my athletes that comes in, even though their inspiration was, oh, I don't want to compete, then 4 months of training, they want to compete. Sure. So that is the thing I want to see. Most of my clients get higher, and then after they all look after me, look after what I want. They want to get to that level too. So I want to see their dream come true. And I want to really thank you very much, Governor. Thank you, because I admire you. And,
hey, Samantha, pushing too many pencils lately? It's a predator joke. Absolutely, my pleasure. Okay, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. It was a great interview. I love what you said. It was really, you know, that is really very, very inspirational what you said. It was, wasn't it great, huh?
God, you
isn't
guys
it great?
were great.
Isn't it a great story? Yeah.
I'm inspired now. Perfect.